Howdy folks, it's Alter here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, Silverstone VFR. This past weekend was the Silverstone Formula 1 race. Those of you who are following the channel know that we're following the Formula 1 2023 calendar. We IFR in a jet from place to place, and then when we're at that place we do a VFR flight of the area and the racetrack. And so far it's been working out quite well. We didn't do China because it was canceled for COVID, but we did do Imola even though that was also canceled because we were already there. It was canceled because of the storms and the devastating flooding. But today's Silverstone, UK, and it's going to be cool. It was quite a race. If you haven't seen the race yet, watch it on demand or whatever. Very exciting race because they were getting pretty boring, but this one was very exciting to watch. I missed part of it because my dog, which I've talked about, but that's fine. We watched the race. It was awesome. So we're going to fly over there. We need to head, where are we facing? This is 9. It's right over here. Oops, like that. It's over there. Can't see, yeah, you can't see from here. But we'll fly there, have a little VFR flight. We may come back to Brackley and land over there. We might not. We'll have to see what happens when we get there. But otherwise, real world weather. It's like 1 p.m. I just picked the middle of the day because why not? And then we're in the Icon A5 because why not? I always use a high wing aircraft, a slow high wing aircraft for these VFR flights. I try to vary it up a little bit. But anyway, we're taking off. Where are we taking off from? Turweston, something like that. Next to Buckinghamshire. Or Buckinghamshire. I think they say Shire, don't they? Buckinghamshire. Anyway, that's where we are. And we're just going to head to the northeast or so and check out the racetrack. Alright, here we go. Parking brake is set. Make sure it is. And it is. Make sure everything's off. Yes, reset controls. I did that before we got started. Fuel and passengers. Who should we take with us today? Let's take myself. Whoa, not that. Who should we take? Oh, let's see. Let me take my neighbor. Because why not? He's never been in an airplane before. And some snacks. And we're overload, so let's just drop some fuel. We don't need that much fuel anyway. There we go. Whoops. Come on. There we go. Alright. After fuel and passengers, we're going to turn the master on, which is actually over here. There we go. Floodlights as needed overhead. There's floodlights here? Oh, cool. Anyway. Alright, fuel valve on. There we go. That's also overhead. And fuel on my yoke. Yeah, that's right. Why do I have floodlights on in my notes? That's weird. I don't understand why I have that. But anyway, come down here, turn on the strobe because we're about to start the prop. Throttles 1/2 inch. Ignition start. And that should be all there is to it. And that's all there is to it. We'll do map. Is my dog barking? Make sure the throttle is sitting at 2,000 RPMs. And what is that? It's at 26. Let's bring it down to 2,000. There we go. Oil pressure is good. Oil temp is good. Water temp is good. Test the emergency lights. Make sure everything lights up. If they don't, we know we have a bulb out. Throttle back to idle. There we go. Weather. Yep. Let's do weather. Is there an ATIS? There's not an ATIS. We're going to tune traffic. Let's announce taxi. That'll tell us which runway to use.
Echo Golf Bravo Tango Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 41 is taxiing to runway 27.
Alrighty, that means it's the other side from where I planned on here. So we have to go over here. I think we're just going to do this in back taxi. Oh my gosh, the dog is digging in the recycling. Whatever. We're going to go this way. So we're going to turn that way and then back taxi. That's my plan. That is my plan. Alrighty. Taxi lights on. Do we have taxi lights? We do have taxi lights on. Alrighty. We're actually doing landing lights 2 and nav because we're going to actually, let's just take the taxi off because we're right next to the runway and we're going to go to the runway. Okay, there we go. Let's hop outside with our taxi view, take off parking brake, flaps down 1, and whoa, not tip over, and the dog is digging. Alrighty, I'm going to get to the end of the way here. And hop inside, and I should have had the taxi lights on because we did not actually use the runway, but whatever. We're going to stop right here. Oh, I'm going to set the parking brake, and I'm going to get the kids up. I'll be back in a second. For you, so you're not going to notice anything. All right, landing lights on. Yes, taxi lights off. They were. Nav lights on. Let's turn up the heat. We cannot bilge as if you're flooding inside. You have to pump out the cabin. Confirm flaps, yes. No time above GPS. I don't know. Maybe at one time there's a timer up here, but there isn't anymore. So I don't know why that's on my flight plan. Anyway, I got the teenager up. He got chewed up because he's wearing long and loose clothes, even though it's like 95 degrees here in Minnesota today.
Tango 41 taking off runway 27 departure to the east.
But you know how teenagers are. So anyway, whoops, whoa, this wind is ridiculous. Hey, what the freaking freak? I should have checked the weather. I don't know what that wind was. Look at this. Oh my goodness. What does this look like out here? Yeah, look at that crosswind. Oh my gosh, gear coming up, flaps coming up. Look at this wind. Oh man. Okay, well that was extremely exciting. Weather don't have it, so we're just gonna fly around. Okay, we're gonna head. Actually, we gotta head this direction, right? That's where we headed. Let me just make sure. I mean, we gotta turn around and then head that direction. Yeah, duh. This is Brackley in front of us. I mean, it looks gorgeous. The UK scenery has always been really freaking good. This wind. So there's another airport right up here we can try to land at. See which direction might be better for the wind. They might have an ATIS too, but we'll check that out later. In the meantime, look at the power lines. Let's just enjoy what we have. Check out that city while we make a U-turn here and head east-northeast. And then we can check out Silverstone, or Silverstone, depends who says it. It was a very exciting race. So like I said in the last VFR video, I'd like to do the racetracks after the race has happened. That way I can point things out and talk about it rather than here's the track, I don't know anything. So that's what I've been doing. So anyway, there's the airport. Let's see. The next race is in Hungary, but it's in 2 weeks. There's a weekend off. So I will get us there in plenty of time because we have 2 weeks. And then there's the track right there. And then we'll do a VFR after the Hungary flight, the Hungaroring. And then the next week, oops, let's slow down, is Belgium, Spa. That one, I might not be able to fly us there until after the race because I've got some family stuff that week that's pretty busy, like almost every night I've got something going on. So Hungary, we'll get there on time and we'll do the VFR right after the race. Belgium, I might not even fly there until after the race, but that's fine because then after that is summer break, I think. So I have like a month to fly us there and do a VFR. So letting you know now, in case you're watching all of them, that Spa will be delayed. Yeah, anyway, there's the track and all of its extreme beauty next to a golf course here. So this is a very quick and simple one to get to. Of course, we'll take the drone out and have a closer look. And then we'll fly back, probably to that other airport, just to have some variety. In the meantime, let's give the rest of the area some love. It is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, that's probably offends some people, but not much going on except the city back there. I think... I can't remember what city. There's a big English city over here. I can't remember which one it is, though. Look at that track. It's so perfect. It almost looks like it's intentionally made into the sim, you know what I mean? But it's just all the high quality scenery. Oh my gosh, helicopters. I really like a short field airport in there. Wait, are you saying we can land? We can land at Silverstone? Let's land at Silverstone. Let's do the VFR first. So let's active pause once I get everything under control here. There we go. See, everything keeps running. Even though we active pause, you gotta be careful. Alright. Check out the drone. And let's get a nice screenshot of this place. And then we will have a look. So let's hop down here, and I think we're actually going to land there. And that's how we'll end the race. We'll try to land on runway 24. Cool. Anyway, the start-finish line is way the heck over here. So let's get over there. Silverstone, the British, are very, very, very proud of this racetrack. They actually changed it a long time ago, but it's been changed. They're very proud of this racetrack, very historic. It's a very, very fast track. So even on some of the corners, they have the pedal held down. They're flat out, pedal to the metal. Even on some of the corners. So therefore, some cars who normally don't do very well may have done very well. You have to watch the race for yourself. And, yeah. Anyway, there's the start-finish line. The stands are not on the track in real life. I don't think these buildings are that big either. But anyway, they fly around really fast. First turn was super exciting. And then the drone is starting to go crooked. See, it does this weird crooked thing. Anyway, then they just race around and around. Of course, they do the full circuit. It's pretty long too. It's like 3.6 kilometers or something. So it's long. And then these turns are flat, full speed. Full speed turns through here. And then they finally have to slow down when they get back to here. It's cool to see like the other tracks, like the go-kart tracks and stuff. Wouldn't that be cool on a go-kart track if you have to go around and then around and then you get to keep going? That would be fun. So anyway, they race around and around and around. Just think of if a Formula 1 car tried to do this track. It'd be like zip, turn, zip, turn. So anyway, I'm just thinking about the scaling of the full track. Okay, our drone is crooked, but if I go back to the airplane to straighten it out, then we got to come back here. So we'll just keep going crooked. So anyway, some big turns. They had constant track limit violations on one of these final turns over here. It just kind of drives me nuts that they're track limit. I mean, it's because they're pushing, right? In the comment section of the article, they're like, well, then let's slow down. I'm like, you cannot tell a Formula 1 driver to not push as hard as they can and see what they get away with. Because if they tried to stay within the limits even more, then they'd be not pushing as hard as they want. So if there's an opportunity to exceed track limits, they will. So they're gonna. So they do a lot of gravel tracks now. Gravel traps are coming back. Like, what's it called? Red Bull Ring is going to put gravel traps back in and stuff because of track limit violations, which means if all four wheels go over the white line, you're out of bounds. And it doesn't count. You do it 3 times, you get a flag. 4th time, you get a penalty. 5th time, you get a bigger penalty. Anywho, let's see. We are super crooked on the drone. Let's just pretend we're not. But anyway, there's Silverstone. Extremely historic track. The Brits are extremely proud of it. 480,000 people attended this weekend. But there you go. Oh, that's a better screenshot. I just wish the airplane were in it. There we go. Let's try to get the airplane in it. Whoop. Pose. Smile. There we go. Alrighty, well, let's land on that runway because that is freaking cool. So we're going to try to land. Here we go. Active pause. Whoops. So yeah, so some of these VFR videos for these tracks are longer, some are shorter, just depends. Depends on the area too. Some of them we've actually done VFR of the entire area as well as the track. Other times, like today, it's just the track. And we used to, last year, for some of them, when I started this idea, we actually would fly on the track, like taxi on the track. That was kind of silly, but but we're landing here only because there's an option. Oh, elevation. There are hardly any elevation changes on this track. Red Bull Ring, for example, went up the side of a mountain and winded its way back down. This is not like that. So anyway, there it is, right in front of us. Look at that. Almost look like it's done that purpose. Gear down, flaps down. We're going to do full flap. And see how this goes. All right, let's see. We might have to S-curving because we're pretty high and pretty fast. I want to stall right when we touch down. We do not have reversers or anything. We're not a turboprop, so we're going to have to land as slowly as possible. And, what else? Yeah, I already told you what's coming next, so I got to fly us to Belgium. No, Hungary. Fly us to Hungary. And then after the race in 2 weeks, we'll do a VFR. And then we will be late. We might be late, maybe not. We might be late getting to Belgium for Spa, but that's getting way ahead of myself. Okay, this crosswind is absolutely crazy. Look at this. So, wind coming from the left. Left wing down, right rudder. Left main should touch first, and then right, and then nose wheel last. Firm and intentional touchdown. None of this greasing stuff. Well, we don't want to anyway because it's on the grass, but greasing a crosswind landing is incredibly dangerous for obvious reasons. It could blow you over. All right, here we go. We're going way faster than I wanted to, but look at those gusts. Here we go. Full right rudder. We can't even straighten it out. And we're landing way longer than I wanted to. Ground effects, and we're going to go around. Which turtle never goes around, but today we are. Gear coming up. Flap slowly coming up. Okay, so with those wind gusts and ground effect, we're going to have to aim before the runway even comes into play in order to get down with this wind and the ground effect. But yeah, think about it though, my approach for that insane crosswind was actually kind of good. So, good approach, actually fantastic approach, but not able to get down. So we're going to go around and we're going to try it again. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Gear coming down. Let's just cheat and look out the back. Just to see where we are. Yeah, I mean, we are really far away, but I'm going to need that space to get settled in here. So gear's already down. Flaps are full. The wind gusts are insane. Alright, I'm going to aim for 50 knots. Or is that miles per hour? No, that's knots. Yeah, I'm going to aim for 50 knots. We're so low, though, I don't know where the runway is. Oh, there it is. It's over here. We got blown off a little bit. Yes, we're very slow now, but that's just because the speed changes so quickly. I don't want to miss it again. So yes, sometimes a tall turtle does go around. It's very rare, but it happens. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. Oh my gosh, this is insane. I remember the first time I flew with wind was in X-Plane 9, I want to say. Maybe X-Plane 10. X-Plane 9. And I landed in Rochester in the B1900D. And the wind was just like this. It was my first time with weather on. It took me like 15 years to turn weather on, but I finally did. And it was insane. I'm like, this is impossible. How do people do this? Well, here we are today, 10 years later or whatever. And we're doing it. It's not that big of a deal. So, okay, we're going to aim pretty much for the road right there in front of the 24. And the ground effects carry us over the road. Then we'll touch down just fine. So left wing down, right rudder, ground effect. See, we're not going to hit anything. It's still going to be good. Oh my gosh, this wind. And down. Oh my gosh, we just got blown off. Okay, we're not going around again. We're just going to... Oh my god, yes we are. What the heck? Gear coming up, flaps coming up. What is going on? I'm about to touch down and like ground effect and wind just blows us off. I mean, that approach was even better than the first one. But it's not getting the job done. I'm checking GPS to see if this is actually an airstrip on there, and it's not. I mean, why would it be? But gears down, flaps are down, so I think I'm just going to aim for 45 knots? Maybe even 40? I mean, aiming for the road before the runway was a great idea. But even 50 knots was just too much. The ground effect and the wind, it just We it just made us keep off the ground. Plus, there's the train turbulence because it's not flat. Oh my gosh, something crazy is going on because I've got throttle all the way back. I've had throttle all the way back since I started talking. We're barely losing speed. Now we're losing speed. Now we're sinking like a rock. Okay, good. I don't want to go down that fast. Man, this is insane. But we can do it. Third time the charm. Get ready with the left wing down, right rudder. Oh my gosh, look at the gust. It's like 15 knots sometimes. Look at that. 5 knots at least, always. There's 6 knots gusts. Oh, this is crazy town. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna touch down before the runway. No, we're not. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, yeah, now we're gonna touch down before. Oh my gosh, the wind. Oh, no, we're gonna touch down. We're gonna touch down on the runway. There we go. Perfect. The flap's coming up. Okay, great. We touched down on the runway. Third time the charm. That was insane. The gust stopped and we started stalling a little, but then the gust kicked back up and kept us going. So, yay for the gust, I guess. I mean, if we had a long runway, then we would have done this completely differently, right? We would have had a completely different attack, but it was very short, so we had to do it the way we did. Okay, let's stop right here on the helicopter landing, and let's shut this thing down. So what do we do to shut it down? Confirm flaps are up. Turn all the lights off. There we go. Starter is off. Okie dokie. Fuel off. And master off. And there we go. Let's hop outside. Okie dokie. We landed at Silverstone. How fun is that? Hopefully you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not so you can follow the F1 calendar with me, plus any new push trips that may come up any day now, actually. And then other stuff I have planned. Hit the like button, even if you normally don't hit the like button. That way people know we exist. Since I don't advertise or anything, the only way to find me is through the algorithm, because I don't do the forums anymore. I don't do Discord anymore. I just don't have time. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, alright, well, let's get ready to fly to Hungary, I think. And I'll see you on the way to Hungary.